Hey everybody, I'm Orlando Cardenas.
I'm Eddie Mendoza.
Aaron Lee.
And we are the Wolfpack Show. Welcome to another fun episode of the Wolfpack Show. Thank you for all your support and all your love.
Yeah. So today, guys, we're going to talk about a pretty deep topic that we've actually talked about just as friends.
Sure.
Yeah.
Before that we've mentioned, and that's going to be what kind of value do you bring to your relationship? Now, I mentioned to you guys a couple weeks ago that I came across this video on TikTok of this girl who kind of gave her opinion about what women should bring to relationships.
Yeah.
Okay.
What sort of value she should bring to a relationship. And so if you guys will indulge me, I'll go ahead and play the video for you guys. So we'll take a listen to it so you guys can kind of get re-familiar with what she said. She brings up a lot of good points.
Have a real grown conversation, part one. So men these days know how to cook, know how to clean, have a good job, and know how to take care of themselves. They really don't need a woman. They like to have women around, but they don't need one. So you as a woman, me, have to bring something to the table other than sex.
That's a great point.
That's great.
And a lot of women say, I bring peace. Man, he has his own peace.
Damn right, I got mine.
We have more peace without
You're going to have to bring more than that than peace. You know what I'm saying? You have to bring loyalty, trust, understanding, communication. You have to be his rock, be his partner, help him up when he is down. Because there's going to be moments when he falls, you're going to have to catch him.
Yeah, for sure.
See, a grown woman won't let her man fall. You see what I'm saying? So she doesn't have to catch him when he does fall. She will already have taken steps to prevent that from happening. And when times get rough, are you going to be there by his side and be like, you know, I got this, baby. Until you do, I got this. I got us. See, a lot of women won't do that. They'll just take off and be like, I'll find somebody else. I could do bad by myself. That attitude right there, that's why men don't trust the women these days.
She's right.
And also, he's got dreams that he wants. Are you going to help him achieve that? Or are you going to be selfish and think about your needs first? A lot of women out here thinking that they're the prize. No. Women are not the prize these days. Because men do everything that a woman can do now. You know? Like all that cooking, cleaning, all that stuff. He already knows. He does that. Why? Because he has mothers who've taught him that. How to do that. So we are not the prize. You are only the prize if you add value to a man's life. Okay? Let me repeat myself. You are only the prize if you add value to a man's life. If you don't add no value and you just take, you're not depositing, you're just withdrawing, you ain't the prize. I'm sorry. And your sex is not all that great. You think that you got this bomb ass, hoo-ha, but the girl down the street, she does too.
So the video, what caught my attention was that you rarely see women who are willing to go out on a limb like that and try to teach other women or try to educate them, if you will, on how they should be, right?
Those are some straight facts.
I agree.
She makes a lot of valid points. Mm-hmm. So what I want to do is kind of break down the video for you guys and just kind of get your thoughts on it. So the very first part she talks...
Before you do that, let me ask you this. Mm-hmm. Is she single? And do you have a number? Because that's exactly...
Well,
that's my kind of woman right there.
Yeah,
man,
and what's good about this woman is that most of her videos are like that.
Okay, so look, we're doing what we're doing, kind of like a male empowerment thing. It sounds like she's doing a women empowerment thing, not to knock women, but it sounds like she's trying, like you said, trying to help them understand maybe where their role is. Just like we're trying to help our male kind of our male brothers out there to understand what their role should be also with the ladies, right? So they can have a successful relationship. But okay,
yeah. So I don't, I'm sure there was women out there who watched the video and went, "Oh, this girl's full of shit." Mm-hmm. But there's a lot of guys like us that were going, "Oh yeah, hell yeah."
Well, I think the ones that would think that she's full of it are the ones that are doing the exact thing, exact things that she's saying not to do.
Yeah, because she's saying we're not all that. Basically, it's like she's spitting some real truth. You know,
I agree.
I think definitely you should break it down, man, from the very beginning. Let's kind of break it down and let's go part by part. And
that's a great video, by the way. Yeah, I remember we talked about this when he brought it to my attention and brought it to the attention of the team. We're like, that's got to be a fucking show. Like, you got to do a show like that. So
definitely.
Yeah, go for it, bro.
So the first part that she brings up is that she says that that you've got to bring loyalty, trust, understanding, and communication to a relationship. Now, I think that goes both ways for the men and the women.
Of course.
Right?
So loyalty, trust, understanding,
and communication.
Okay. So first of all, in a relationship, without any of those four, you're done. You're stuck, right? But all those four, I mean, I think it goes towards a long lasting relationship. Me personally, I've been single for the longest time because one, if not all of those things there, those elements have not existed in my relationships. So not on my part.
Those are like the fundamental foundations. It's like building a house.
Yeah, I agree.
Right?
Yeah, I agree.
Exactly.
So
but without those, of course, you know, it is the foundation for a relationship. But you know, like you mentioned before, it's important to have all four. But can you?
Well, at least at one point,
are any of those teachable? Do you think?
Well,
can you teach any of those to somebody who you're really who you think you're really in love with, or who you really want to give that effort for? But are those kind of things teachable?
Loyalty you can't teach. That's something
it's innate.
I mean, it's either there or it's not.
Right.
One or the other.
Exactly. See, and that's one of the things. Do you really want to teach somebody to be loyal?
No.
Hell no.
What
are we training dogs? Are we dog
communication?
trainers?
Communication is definitely teachable. You know, I personally have gone through types of couples meetings of the minds and like coaching or therapy or whatever, and communication is something that's definitely teachable.
And because and that part I agree, because everybody has a different level of communication. You know, I may be a guy that doesn't say anything at all. Not that I'm just saying, give an example, but I may be a guy that says nothing at all or says everything. I might tell you every place I'm at, hey, I'm here, I'm there, I'm there everywhere. Or I might just say, hey, I'm leaving to work, and you won't hear from me the next day, till the end of the day or whatever.
Right.
It really depends, but communication is key.
With communication, I think the way that I'm kind of taking it is that we're talking communication more like, look, I have a problem, I have an issue. Instead of holding it in, instead of, acting out on it, we need to talk about this. And how are we going to talk about it without yelling, arguing, throwing things?
Exactly.
Or even completely shutting down.
Or shutting
down.
Because
look, I've been in a relationship before where I didn't even know I was in trouble.
Sure.
Like, what did I do?
Yeah.
I've been there.
Okay,
I've been there too.
If I don't know, I mean, obviously, I'm going to go about my day not trying to hurt anyone's feelings or screw up, because I'm trying to be a good husband, boyfriend, whatever it is I am, but never both at the same time.
Sure.
Never husband and boyfriend at the same time. But you know what I'm saying. But I'm gonna try my best to be a good person. But if I don't know that I stepped on some toes, I mean, say something, right? Because I'm very articulate when it comes to, hey, look, I didn't really like this. This happened. I'd like to talk to you about it. A lot of people shut down, like, well, I don't want to talk about it. Well, then it's going to happen.
It has to be talked about.
Yeah, it's going to happen, and it's going to continue to come up.
If not, it festers, dude. And everything that happens, all the intrusions that happen, they're going to fester, and they're just going to end up blowing up at some point. And you don't want that. Communication is key, man. And it's really hard when you're in that type of relationship, because somebody's fucking feelings are going to be hurt.
Yeah.
And there's going to be somebody's going to have to take a step down and bring it down, especially with the communication.
See, and I think that's a good point, bro, because like you said, it's at one point in time, someone's feelings are going to get hurt. It's not always going to be, fine dining and roses, right? I mean, sometimes things are going to get, happen. People are going to get hurt. But if you communicate about it, the odds of it happening again the same way are pretty slim. And I've always told people in relationships that I've been in, it's like, hey, look, I messed up today, but I promise I will not mess up the same way again tomorrow or a year down the road. I learn from my mistakes. Not everybody does, but because I believe I'm a good communicator. A lot of people don't like to talk about stuff. They want to just avoid things, and that's not good. It's just like a cough drop. If you have a really bad cough, you want to take some medicine that's going to, kill the actual cough itself, not just take a cough drop that's going to suppress it. Right.
So other than the trust, I know that you mentioned two other ones. What were the other ones?
Well, it was loyalty, communication.
Loyal communication, trust, and understanding.
Understanding. Okay.
So I think those kind of go hand in hand with communication.
Communication, yeah.
Yeah. So, but then again, for me, with communication and understanding can be, it can mean a lot of different things to different people, right? So communication, I mean, just the actual definition of communication is being able to communicate with another person and have an understanding, right? But sometimes you come across people who their type of understanding is not the same as yours. Their type of communication is not the same as yours.
10,
yeah. So when it comes to relationships, I think there's a point where you guys have to come to a happy medium in that. So and not just force somebody to, well, you have to communicate this way and you have to understand it this way, or it's not going to work.
Or because it's like the my way or the highway situation, right? And then we all know that in a healthy relationship, there is no my way or the highway bullshit. I mean, it's us against the world, and so because if it's us against the world, we need to talk about these things.
You got to really love and really be into that person enough to be able to work on yourself. And working on yourself is one of the hardest things ever, because you have to face a mirror and you got to face what your actual faults are.
Right. Yeah, we see a lot of people don't understand this, that they hop from relationship to relationship, right? And they've
and it's the same cycle,
they're pretty much perpetuating. I mean, repeating the cycle because they never repair themselves, right? You know, I happen to believe that hurt people.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
So if you're hurting yourself, don't get in the habit of just jumping into other relationships, because the same person's there, and you definitely don't want to continue to do that, right?
Yeah. Right. One of my pastors pointed it out like so well. He's like, think about it. It's a dog that has a cut, right? And now somebody's going and they're touching that cut and it hasn't healed yet.
Yeah. When will it ever heal?
What's going to happen?
Keep pulling the scab?
They're going to bite. They're going to bite. They're going to get pissed off. They're going to get hurt. You know.
That makes sense. And again, you know, that plus the fact that when is it going to heal? If you keep opening up a wound, it's always going to be an open wound. Sure. And again, when are they going to heal? Right.
Absolutely.
Right. So, okay, right now we're going to take some time to thank our sponsors. First of all, we want to thank the Bar 321 over on 321 Main in San Antonio, Texas. Hey guys, these guys always take care of us. I don't care how many times I've gone day drinking. I've gone, you know, on the weekends during the week also. Yeah, and I tell you what, this place is always live. It's always something's always going on there in a great way. I mean, these guys are great. So if you get a chance, guys, go check out Bar 321. Say hi to Nicole and Brian for us, and we also want to thank Xavier Gonzalez over at Executive Transportation. These guys, again, if you're looking for transportation, limousine services, those are your guys. They've always given us, always given us VIP treatment.
Top notch.
Today's topic is what value do you bring to a relationship, right? That's what we've been talking about.
Yeah, so Eddie mentioned we're watching a video. For those of you that are just joining us, we watched a TikTok video of a lady that was talking about, you know, hey women, if you want to have a good man, this is the kind of stuff they want, and kind of stuff they need, you know, because of the fact that they don't really need a woman, they want a woman. One of the topics in there was the subject was loyalty, which to me, look, I want to tell you something. I'm a hardworking man. I believe myself to be a man of value. I can forgive a lot of things. I really can. You know, I'm not so quick to judge and just move on. You know, I can forgive a lot of things, but the one thing that it really, really, really affects me is the loyalty part.
Sure.
Okay. To me, you know, loyalty has everything to do with a successful relationship. It really does, because because you know, without loyalty, or in the absence of loyalty, there is no relationship. I truly believe that you have to have it in order to succeed. You know, but I mean, what do you think, Eddie? What loyalty? I mean, obviously it's a big thing for you.
Well, loyalty, I think, is huge for me, especially with busy guys like us. You know, you want to be able to know that the woman that you're with or courting or whatever, what have you, will be there for you when you know you need them, and you can count on them when it comes to the bigger things that happen in life. You know, things that happen to us, good or bad. It's nice to be able to share those with people, especially with people you know that are going to be loyal to you.
Sure. Yeah, because
you're able to trust them.
Well, again, I go back to the whole "it's us against the world" topic. I mean, or comment that I made earlier. In a relationship, you got to remember, it really is. You know, it's a partnership. Right. It's us against the world. And if I turn around and you don't have my back, well, shit. Who's gonna? I mean, at what point? What do I need anybody? If they're not gonna be loyal to me, I have to be loyal to myself, right?
It's like I always say. It's like if they won't visit you in jail or in the hospital, and you think about it, when it comes down to it, who's actually there by your side, right?
Yeah.
But here's the really fucked up part about it is that you can have that situation and be in that. But as soon as something turns, man, as soon as you tell somebody, hey, look, this just isn't working out for us. Not that you're cheating, not that they're cheating, whatever. It's like, in my experience, it's like, oh, shit, now it's gloves off. It's you against me.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
It sucks because people can't just fucking be cool and be like, look, we're done. We're just going our separate ways. Everything's good. Let's just leave it alone, man.
Yeah.
It's got to be like one after the other, and they got fucking people messaging you on fucking following you, all kinds of shit. Like, why, dude? That is a pure sign of somebody who's really bitter at the fact that they know that shit ended and it probably wasn't in their favor.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Who likes to be broken up with, right? I mean,
nobody.
Yeah,
sucks, dude.
But that again, that's why put your best foot forward when it comes to the relationship. I'm a firm believer of that. You know, people always say, well, you know, I was in a relationship and this so homeboy messed me up. Hey, that's your problem. Yeah. I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna put up with that shit. Maybe that's why I'm single for so long, because I don't feel that I should take on the emotional baggage. Now, there's past traumas. I get it from other things, but if it's a past trauma from a relationship. Seek a therapist, go see somebody, talk to your girlfriend or whatever, but don't date me if you're not over homeboy, you know, and you want to go out on the dating, you know, market again. Don't come after me, because a guy like me is going to tell you, look, I like you and you're cool, but I don't want to deal with all that because I'm not going to bring that baggage. No,
we just don't
so you take care of that on your own, because I'm not dealing with it, right? I mean, at least that's me, right? See, and when it comes to loyalty, one of the points I want to make is this. Let's say, for example, Eddie and I are here, and then, you know, I'm here with my girl, and all of a sudden, someone goes and whispers something in her ear, right? And all of a sudden, she takes their word for it. Like, first of all, I'm the guy you go home with at the end of the day. I'm the guy that you call all fucking day and text all fucking day. Why are you listening to so-and-so?
Yeah. Right.
When you can easily come up and say, hey, look, you know what?
Ask.
Yeah, so-and-so said this about you, you know. I don't know what to believe. And you can be honest, like, I don't know what to believe. What do you think? Or, you know, what's your word on it? First of all, we should be man enough or woman enough to say, you know what? Yeah, that's the truth. I'm sorry. You know, make up your mind after that. I'll give you the choice to make up your mind whether to stay with me or with it. It is what it is. I messed up. Or maybe not. Maybe I might just say, you know what? That person, I don't know why they said what they said, but I appreciate you coming to me because you're loyal to me.
Sure.
And I'm loyal to you because I'm going to give you the same respect.
That's absolute loyalty.
And you're coming to me, you're saying, hey, look, so-and-so said this, or, you know, I won't have to turn around. I don't have to turn around and tell so-and-so, well, you told my girl this or you told my girl that. You know, we can keep it between us and just say, hey, look, it is what it is. Believe what, if you want, and I've said this before, if you want to believe that person, then go fucking date that person. Yeah. Right? If you want to believe that person, then at the end of the day, when you're laying up next to me, go lay up next to them or go have lunch or dinner or whatever with them, because those are the people that you believe and you don't believe me.
Loyalty is just so hard to come by nowadays, I feel like, right? Well, I mean, look at the population of marriages, right? Marriages are declining, I mean, rapidly, right? The amount of people that are getting married and people that are actually lasting in marriages. So loyalty definitely is like, it's just not what it was anymore, and I don't think we'll ever get that back.
And family values,
family values, you know, tied into the Bible, you know, following all that stuff, man, is just a thing of the past. Now we're just in a different world, and it's like, how do we construct our lives now to being in that world? Are we just going to be single? We're going to be single, successful men?
You know what? I've come to accept the fact. Eddie gives me shit about this all the time, and don't lie, Eddie, because you know you fucking do. He gives me shit about all this all the time. He says this. He's like, well, do you want to keep dating women your whole life? First of all, no.
But I won't be with the fucking wrong one.
But exactly. See, I am not a relationship expert. None of us are therapists here. Don't get us wrong, boys and girls out there. We're not the
These fucking
we're not. Yeah, this is our own personal opinions.
But we are successful.
Based on our own lives,
well,
right?
We've all seen some shit, so that's probably
and we've been through some shit.
Them more than me because they're older.
Yeah, see, and we have a camera and a bunch of microphones, so that gives us the right to say what the fuck. No.
And you're watching our fucking. No.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, no, but listen, honestly, look, this is my opinion, and like I said, Eddie gives me shit about this all the time. I tell him, look, Eddie, I have been through the worst of relationships, and I have been the best of guys. Honestly, I'm not just tooting my own horn. I am a good man. I know I'm a good man. Right. I am going to give you my 100% regardless of whatever happened to me in the past. Sure. Because that's not your problem. That's not your fault. Yeah, just like that. I don't want to take your luggage. I'm not going to give you my baggage, right? So I know when I say to myself, these are too many red flags. This is not what I want. This is not what I'm looking for. I have given myself permission to not continue the cycle of toxicity and continue to just flow and okay, it's great today and it's horrible the rest of the time. Sure. I have removed myself, and it takes a lot of mental strength to get to that point. But you know what? I'm searching for a soulmate, someone that's good for my soul. And who's good for your soul? Someone who brings you peace. I love that. And not so much brings you peace, but
that you keep your fucking peace.
Yeah, I'm a peaceful guy.
Nobody's gonna bring you peace. You're gonna have your own peace, and they're either gonna fucking interrupt it or they're gonna keep it.
Yes,
and being with an independent success. Look, okay, I have accomplished a lot of shit in my life. I have the houses, the fucking cars, the businesses, whatever, right? And I'm single. I've never been married, right? Yeah. Right. So, in my time,
no one's ever tried to hubby you
I've never met a fucking female that has actually contributed and helped me get to another step in my life where I'm going. If anything, they've. I'm sorry to say this, but if anything, they've brought me down. They've caused me to have to take steps back because now I'm having to reconsider somebody else's feelings, somebody else's emotions.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't know how to add blocks to the building. They take the blocks away.
It's just, it fucking sucks, dude.
Yeah.
It's hard and it sucks. So I understand what you're saying. And you, like me, being where we're at and not having been, I know you were married before, but being where we're at, it's like you start to create a profile of like the woman, and once one does one, and like me, it's like a learning process, right? I'm going through it, but I never thought that this person could fucking do this or be this way. Mm-hmm. So now it's another check mark off the list. So the next time I meet another girl and she's doing the same shit, I'm like, check mark off that list.
Because you've been on that road and you've tripped over that rock. You've you've landed on your face before.
Right.
You get up, you dust yourself out, but you walk again down that path, knowing that rock exists.
Or maybe we're just like Seinfeld and we're just pick your shit.
Well, you know what? Okay. Yeah. First of all, I love Seinfeld. I fucking love Seinfeld. You know that.
The younger kids are like, who's Seinfeld?
Yeah, like, who's that? if you're younger, you don't know who Seinfeld is, y'all need to watch it. It's hilarious. But anyways, Google it. But to me, honestly, look, the roadmap's there, right? A lot of people, they tell me a lot of shit like, oh, who are you to give relationship advice? I'm not giving you advice. Yeah. I'm telling you the word according to Orlando, according to Orlando's fucking life. And Orlando is not going to put up with any shit.
Yeah.
I'm just not. I'd rather be by myself, catching lunch with you for motherfuckers and having a good old time, playing cards, drinking whiskey, smoking cigars, and having a good old time because I'm in my realm. I am doing what I want to do.
You add success to the equation too, and then it's fucking even more. Yeah. It's even harder because when you're at that level, then you don't know if they're fucking just playing you to to try to like get with you because they know you've got money, they know you've got success, status, stature, whatever. Yeah. Or do they really genuinely want to be with you for you?
For sure.
Right? There's so many other problems and issues that come up when you actually get to that level other than just kind of being a normal, regular, I've had females date me and then all of a sudden I turn around and find out some other shit and I'm like, wait a minute, you were just trying to be with me this whole time because you fucking know I have money or you thought I have money or whatever.
And Eddie and I just get people that want to date us because they want us for our bodies.
Yeah,
there's
that.
I couldn't even imagine what that's like.
You know how much you
how much you can get it for a pound for a guy like us.
I couldn't even imagine. Y'all need to start an OnlyFans.
Well, I have one, but I'm not ready to divulge that information.
I have some. I owe OnlyFans, so I'm just I'm in the negative with.
You're in the negative.
Yeah.
You got bill collectors. You're gonna have to get with me with my credit company so we can get that taken care of.
Eddie's got more of what they call an only fan.
The Wolfpack Show.
So I think that both parties need to help each other, lift each other up. I would do what I had to do in order to make those sort of things happen. Okay. And again, even if she lost her job and it was my job, I would say
it is your job.
Cool.
As a man, it's
Yeah,
your
no.
As a man, it's your fucking job.
That,
Either way,
I understand that, but if you're equally trying to do stuff together, right? And she was contributing in some way. If she didn't contribute, right? If she didn't contribute in some way because she couldn't, all of a sudden.
Okay, so on that note, look, I'm gonna tell you this. First of all, on the everybody always leans on the financial end of it. Okay, first of all, on the financial end of it, yes, you should take care of each other. You know, however, there's more to lifting each other up than financial. You know, the finances. Me, for example, look, I don't need anybody to take care of me financially. Thank God, by His good graces and by the sweat of my brow, I have earned the right to be able to say I am financially independent. Okay, however, spiritually, emotionally, sometimes I do need a little boost. I mean, I know I'm this big motivator, and I talk a good game about about uplifting people, and people come to me because they want uplifting, right? But at the end of the day, it's like think of your emotions, your spiritual side and your emotional side as a well, right? And let's say you're the town well, and the town every single day, everybody comes and brings their bucket and fills their bucket and takes it back home. They fill from your well, whether it's knowledge, spirituality, love, kindness, romance, whatever. They're filling their buckets up at your well, right? But at the end of the day, who fills the fucking well up? You know what I'm saying? Me as a human being, as a person, that people constantly come to me and say, hey, Orlando, I need help with this, I need help with that, whether it's financially, emotionally, physically, spiritually. At the end of the day, there's times that I go home and I want to be able to go home and say, hey, sweetheart, I need you to help me fill my well, okay? I've been run dry. I'm like, at my wit's end. Just be a someone, even if it's just someone to listen to me vent a little bit, which I complain and vent very, very, very little. It's very rare that I do that. But to me, when it comes to uplifting or a guy like me, has nothing to do with financial, because I do well already, and
but that's you.
Yeah,
but that's you,
because,
bro.
well, see,
like,
most of our listeners too, that you have to rely on the two income, and actually nowadays you need like a four income household.
Four income, yeah,
it's just
bro.
so fucking expensive out there that I mean, but me, I'm gonna go down my topic is gonna go down more the spiritual and emotional end. Help me, uplift me by just being a genuine person and caring, and maybe we'll crack some jokes together. You know what I mean?
Okay, but let me ask you a question. Yeah. You're not financially fit. You're not where you're at. You're not Orlando, right?
Okay, sure.
You're working fucking hand to mouth, paycheck to paycheck.
Right.
You have this woman that's your girl, right? Okay.
Hopefully.
At that point, are you expecting for her to help you financially to work, or are you only expecting for her to be there the way that you're saying, spiritually and all that
me
stuff?
speaking for me, because I am Orlando, right?
Let's talk the common ground, the common man, our common blue
again,
collar
like
worker,
I said, the
right?
common man, which I hate to say it like that, because I am the common man, but I'm just financially in a different position, right? But the common man, honestly, or the common woman, right? Like I said, things are so expensive out there. You have to combine your resources, to be able to take care of each other. And again, if Eddie lost his job today, this is the thing that people don't know. Every single American out there is 3 months away from homelessness.
Oh yeah,
there's been so many studies about that. If you lost your job for 3 months and did not have any kind of income coming in, you will lose your car, your house, and pretty much everything else that goes with it, your lifestyle,
livelihood,
right? Yeah, well, because you lost your livelihood, you lose your lifestyle. But if you can say, look, hey babe, while I'm down, you're up, or even if we're just breaking even, at least we're not losing, then yeah, for the common person, the typical relationship, absolutely. Finances, I mean, we all know that's one of like the top 3 leads to the things that leads to divorce, right? But again, me on my end, one, again, the financial, yeah, you have to lean on each other, you have to take care of each other, but more, to me, it's more than just the finances, because I don't think like that anymore. I'm blessed I don't have to think like that. For me, it's more emotional, spiritual.
So going back to my question,
yeah,
would you expect for her to help you out on that end, to help lift you up, right? You lose your job, bro. You're behind on your bills, all this stuff. Are you going to expect for her to be a stay-at-home wife and be there for you?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
Yeah. See, again, for me, I've never had that position before. I definitely believe that you have to take care of each other, and if you start seeing things happening, and you gotta help each other financially. I personally don't have expectations on people, but it would be nice if they would step up.
I am 100% she should be fucking helping out with money if some shit goes down with me. She should be finding a
you
fucking
should be
way
paying everything yourself.
somehow and not sitting there expecting for me to do it.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I make enough income to supply fucking and support fucking 4 families if I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
The point is that if some shit happens, and it's happened before, not too long,
I
not
have
even
been
too
there
long
too in the
ago,
past,
dude,
yeah.
where I was like, fuck, like this is fucked
getting
up.
tight.
The business I'm in is very volatile. It's
Yeah.
up and down.
Mm-hmm.
So I would expect for the female that I'm with to actually be working and trying to put in some money to actually help her doing something rather than not.
You know, here's the thing. Look, females, males out there, if one or the other, let's say for example, you know, Eddie can take care of all the bills. He doesn't need his girl to pay any bills. But you're a couple. You're married. When you're boyfriend, girlfriend, your bills are your bills, and her bills should be her bills. I've always felt that. Okay, you help each other out. You take care of each other. You kind of spoil each other once in a while. That's fine. But if you're together, let's say for example, you're in a marriage, and my boy here is paying all the bills because he's the chief breadwinner. You know, her money should be going into some kind of investment.
Of course.
You know,
That's
to where you
we
start building your
That's
money.
smart.
up.
That's how we think, though.
Of course,
That's how
of
we
course.
think.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. You know, okay, so you have an extra $500 a week. Don't put that thing in the bank, or don't go out there and buy the latest Louis or whatever you're doing.
Right,
You know,
right.
put that money into some kind
Starting
of
a business,
fund
an LLC is $300 to fund.
Exactly. You know, invest that money so that, God forbid, the day my boy here, his health is not the best, or your boy here, his health is not the best, or he loses his job, or he loses his business, whatever. We all know that in this economy, anything can happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Look at COVID. Perfect
Yeah,
example,
example,
dude.
yeah,
So many
exactly.
people lost
Yeah.
not only their
Everything,
lives,
everything,
you know.
lives and everything. So again, if you have the opportunity where money is free and you're not having to worry about doing anything with it, invest it. Don't sit on that shit.
Yeah. So so going back to the topic, right?
Mm-hmm.
On that, from my end, she's gonna have to help with that, right? If I'm fucking drowning and she's just dragging me down lower, shit's gotta end.
Yeah.
It's gotta go. And she's not even making an attempt to try to help me financially in any way. It's gotta go.
I agree.
Right.
So that kind of, it's a good segue to point number 3 is that, you know, how much of that do you allow? Because now, and I'm going to be honest with you, earlier in my life, in my early 20s, I wasn't the best provider. You know, I had my daughters.
That's everybody, man.
Yeah.
We're naive, bro.
No, but at the same time,
Except for Orlando.
I came out the womb making money.
okay.
Ask my mama.
And so, you know, when I didn't,
Fetus, Orlando Cardinals is the fetus of gold, is what they call me at the hospital. Anyways, go ahead. I'm talking shit.
so,
Like gold plated.
so there was a time where my ex-wife was actually carrying us
Okay.
to the point where it didn't even faze me. Now, at this point in my life, looking back, going, what an asshole move that was on my part. Now I have daughters who are those ages, who have been in relationships with guys who don't do their part. And it's real hypocritical for me to sit there and go, well, he needs to do his part, but at the same time, I'm not being a
hypocrite.
dad if I
It's-
don't do that,
you know,
right?
Dude, that is a fucking that topic is like, for me personally, in my own personal experiences, I've never, like, I'll pay for trips, I'll pay for this,
Yeah.
I'll pay for that. I've never met, and I've dated doctors, lawyers, but to have somebody at that level, dude, that'll do that shit is a whole different ballgame. I've never even experienced it,
Yeah.
to be honest with you.
Well, you know
to
what?
have somebody that's like, hey, you know what? I got you. Like, let's go on a trip. or
Well,
let's
for
do
me,
this.
for
Like,
me, this is the thing. Look, financially, you may not be able to ever match me what I make, but for me, here's the thing: is maybe help me take care of my money a little bit better.
yeah.
You know, because that goes a long way.
Yeah.
People right away when it comes to making money, they think, how can I make money? The first thing I tell people when it comes to money is, don't look at how you can make money. Look
save
out
it.
how you can save and invest it and make more.
Yeah,
you
right.
know. But
Multiply it.
saving the money, cutting back on some costs, that takes you a long way. We're gonna go ahead and take a break right now, but you know this is good stuff, man. I'm
I
excited.
can't wait
about
to
this
get into
topic.
the sex topic.
I know.
Well, it's coming. It's coming. We'll be back.
The Wolfpack Show.
Hey everybody, welcome back. This is the Wolfpack Show. Today we're actually talking about what sort of value do men and women bring to relationships in order for them to be successful. So we're going to get to the sex, Aaron. Calm your jets there a little bit.
I'm leaving.
So one of the other things that she brought up was So the actual value that women would bring. Now, women can be anything from arm candy to maids, and they think,
whoa, hold on here.
And they think, well, no, they think that's enough. They think, well, I wash your underwear,
cook clean,
I cook clean. That's
which we can all do that.
Y'all don't get your underwear washed.
You don't get your underwear washed?
Well, I wash it myself.
Ooh,
down by the river.
Reason for that, though. All right, so for me, like, and this is gonna sound real simpish, and I don't give a shit because that's who I am. But
you're simp.
So everybody's, if you haven't heard of the 5 love languages, do you know what top of your head? Do you know
Godman?
The 5 love languages.
Godman.
No, that's the author. But we're talking about what they are.
But what they are.
Acts of service, acts of service, acts of service.
Words of affirmation.
Words of affirmation.
Physical touch.
Oh,
anyway, so the point.
Yeah. Anyway, read the
book.
So
the point is, it's a real good book. So for me, words of affirmation and physical touch, that is something that I've almost never had in any relationship, from my ex-wife up until the woman that I'm with now, who just now finally does it. I'm able to get that from. So, and that's always something, because that's my love language. So that's how I understand love. And I've never received that. Now, don't get me wrong. It's happened, just not on a consistent basis. So, right. So for me, if she can bring that to the table and be consistent with it, then for me, that's adding value to the relationship.
Okay.
What do you guys think?
Okay, so first of all, I'm gonna say this: are you a dancer? Do you dance?
I can.
Has anyone ever tell you you're an excellent dancer?
No.
Okay, but because you don't dance often, right?
Right.
Okay, so when it comes to words of affirmation, when it comes to the 5 love languages, if you want to get kudos for something, you kind of have to do something.
Right.
Does that make sense? Okay.
Right.
So, because words of affirmation is a big thing for me too. If I want to hear my lady at the end of the day say, "Hey, babe, good job," or "I love you," or "Thank you," or "You're the best," it's because I gave her something to talk about, right?
Right.
But I agree with you on when it comes to those things. The subject. Refresh my memory. What was the subject again? It was
of what sort of value are they actually bringing?
No, I know, but that one topic that you're talking about.
The words of affirmation. That's what I like.
So
those are
the
my
value. That's
those
what
are those are my it's my value.
That's what the value he's saying is that a female will bring. So what is what value do you feel is brought to you?
Okay, so value to me is different. Value to me is more like, or again, I don't need a maid. I cook clean. I've been cleaning since I was a kid for myself.
Right.
I don't need a sex partner. I mean, we'll get into that a little bit more. I do, but not the way other people would think. But I don't need someone to keep me up financially. Emotionally, I'm pretty well set on the emotions. I like to hear a "Hey, good job" or "I love you" or whatever. I like to hear that.
Right.
I do need affection because I am a human being, right? But to me, someone that brings value is someone who doesn't fuck with my peace. To me, someone that, if I'm in a relationship with you, because keep in mind, I'm a peaceful man, all right? I cuss like a motherfucker, don't get me wrong, but that has nothing to do with peace. But I am a peaceful man. I enjoy my peace. I make my own peace. But at the same time, I don't look for anybody who's going to take away from that. And I know we mentioned that before. But I really, really mean it. I'm at the point in my life now where anything that disturbs my peace, whether it's a friendship, a business, partnership, anything that messes with my peace or doesn't add to my peace, I'm out of it. So and that's me. That's me.
I agree with that, right? So like peace is the biggest thing, and that has a multitude of things that are embodied in it, right?
Sure.
As one. Me as a successful businessman, I want to be out doing my business, doing what I need to do. As mentioned before in the other show, I don't want somebody FaceTiming me, asking me where I'm at, being on my ass, right? That's disturbing my peace, right? Also go along with that, somebody constantly hovering me, somebody constantly questioning me is fucking with my peace. Me having to worry about somebody and not trusting them because something's going on is fucking with my peace. So I think that to me is excellent value, because me and Orlando don't need somebody to make money with us or just as much as we do. That's perfectly fine. But when it comes to them acting the way that they do, and they're causing us to lose money by our minds not being on point, by us not being thinking right or performing the way that we need to in ourselves and our business and our everyday operation, then that's when it becomes a problem, right?
So with peace, I guess you guys are not talking just not only inner peace, but peace enough to where you're able to do what you need to do to get yourself to where you need to get.
It's almost like
basically.
not being in a relationship. To be honest, when you think about it,
Yeah.
but we have somebody there, but we're
But
not.
it just feels like you're not
right.
in a relationship.
The
yeah.
questioning, the fucking all that, dude,
Yeah.
is like.
Well, for me, all there is inner peace. I mean, and that's all that matters to me. I only know one piece, and that's inner peace, because inner peace is the only piece that I can control. I cannot control anything outside of my inner peace. Okay, so to me, again, there's only inner peace. So don't mess with my inner peace, and I'm good.
Okay, so with that being said, I understand the whole questioning thing, because I get that too. I mean, you don't want to be constantly, where are you? What are you doing? Who are you with? Send me pictures, trying to locate you and all that, because I've gone through that myself.
I was gonna say, what the fuck
I've
are
gone
y'all
through all
dating?
that before, and that was terrible. It was a terrible feeling, because one, you're not feeling trusted. Two, it jacks with your peace for real.
But like I said, it embodies a multitude of things, right? Going home, studying, right? I like to go home and read. I like to go home and watch videos to help me with my craft even better. If my girl's like, hey, come watch fucking Netflix and chill, or let's talk on the phone for 4 hours, right? Or whatever the fucking case may be, she's fucking with my peace, because my peace was to go home, study, better myself, put myself to this next level. That also goes with it too. It's just a multitude of things, dude. I want to be me and be in a relationship and not have to worry about coming to a certain point where I have to please somebody else,
Right?
because they're gonna be unhappy and not want to fucking be with me. Like, let me be and do what I need to do. Obviously, I have to think about somebody else because I'm in a relationship. But being a successful man is different, right?
Yeah, because when it comes to success, I mean, it's just like, okay, you work out, right? I don't work out nowhere near as much as you do. Okay. And I mean, I don't know what your workout schedule's like, but if you want to have, let's take, for example, that success, right? It takes work.
Yeah.
The mind is the biggest muscle we have. Sure. If you do not work on your mind, and you have to make, like you said, you have to make time to work your craft. And if you're constantly getting berated by all these obstacles and distractions, and like you said, watch TV, do this with me, let's
Hang
go
out
here,
with
let's
me,
go
why
there,
aren't you
yeah,
spending fucking time
or
with
yeah,
me? Why aren't you fucking-
that
yeah.
right there to me is breaking me down. I don't make time for those things. Not everybody's the same. Like Chimpanzee over here said, he likes to be on the phone for 4 fucking hours a day. I don't. No offense, he's my boy. I'm gonna speak my mind, and so is he.
We love you.
Yeah, but
we hate you.
Yeah, I know exactly. See, we have a love-hate relationship because I keep it real with these motherfuckers. I'm not gonna lie to them. But the thing is, to me, is 4 hours to me is a lot better invested.
That's fucking money making.
Yeah,
time,
it's
That's
more
time you could be
invested
making
into
money.
learning.
And if you don't have fucking $20,000 in your bank account, you shouldn't be fucking doing shit for 4 hours. That is not gonna.
Well,
make
and not
money.
even that. I mean, look, I used to always say, that's you. I mean, I used to always think money, money, money. But I'm thinking now, like I said, inner peace. If there's something, look, we're in the business of influencing people. We're influencers now, and I'm not gonna feel comfortable coming in front of these cameras and talking all kinds of stuff without having some kind of research, to have back it up, because there are people that are going to hang on every word that we say, and I want to do them justice. And maybe that's why God keeps me single, because he knows that when I'm single, I'm doing a lot of work that entails, helping other people get uplifted. So for me, value is, again, not taking me away from my purpose.
Right.
Inner peace.
Right. So how do you balance that? Let's say that you do find the person that you want to be with. How do you balance that? Do you have to give them that warning label that says, hey, look, we're going to be in this relationship, but check this out. This is how I run. This is my daily routine. This is what I do.
It goes back to understanding.
Right.
Yeah.
They gotta
communication.
They gotta understand. I want to take us to this next level in our life. I'm in charge. I'm gonna get us there. You gotta entrust in me and let me do what I need to do. I'm not out fucking other girls. I'm not out doing this. I'm not doing that. I'm practicing on my craft to get us to this point where we're at this financial freedom, point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Taking trips to Tulum, taking trips to Bali's, all these places, all this cool stuff. Financial freedom to have that, dude. Yeah. And when you're with somebody and they have thoughts, they have emotions and feelings, it can cause you to bring you down. Obviously, hey, give them an hour of your time a day, 2 hours to sit and actually spend
whatever
time. No
feels
phone,
natural.
Take them on a date. Do obviously you're gonna court, you're gonna romance, you're gonna do that shit.
Right.
But at the end of the day, as a successful businessman, and you're not there yet, you shouldn't be doing those.
Yeah, because look. How many times can you actually sit and talk and about the same old, and not say, I didn't have a productive day? I mean, at one point, you have to be able to say, was this a productive day or was it not a productive day? And me personally, I believe that the right person, you shouldn't have to, have that talk with them. They should already know because they should be on their game already.
All right. Well, guys, those are good points. I mean, it's definitely, those are great points that people will need to consider. Coming in and out of relationships,
Sure.
And wanting to be successful. So next thing we're going to talk about is going to be the SEX. We'll be back.
The Wolfpack Show.
Hey everybody, we're back, and before we get started, I want to thank Mr. Chris over at Chris Auto Detailing. I know it's been raining here in San Antonio the last few days, and Chris hooked us up. So Chris, thanks again for being a sponsor. Thanks for hooking up our rides. If you guys are looking for auto detailing, Chris Auto Detailing is your one to go to.
All right, guys. So now the topic of the hour: sex,
dun, dun, dun.
sex, and
Let's
more
talk
sex.
about sex, baby.
So, one of the biggest things. And usually it's just guys who have this issue is that if you're not getting any.
No, girls have that fucking issue, dude.
Really?
Fuck yeah.
Wait, what issue?
If a girl's not being touched, caressed. Here's the thing, right? Like,
go ahead.
Females, right? There's some females, and it's a psychological thing. It's sad, right? But some females only associate love with sex.
Yeah.
Believe it or not. If you're not having, you stop having sex with your girl for 2 months and see if she'll stick around, bro.
2 months?
Because she's not going to feel love. Some, unfortunately, just bad upbringings and just the way that fucking shit is, there's females that associate.
But wait a minute, 2 months?
2 months.
I think more than that sometimes.
2 months.
It's a proven fact.
And,
2 months. 2 months.
Okay, first of all, I'm gonna say this: you guys and girls that are out there watching,
hey,
if
dude,
you're not giving
happens.
you're right. But if you're not giving your partner sex in 2 months.
Vasectomies take like a month and a half to...
Okay, I understand medically if you're sick or whatever. I get that. But if you're not having sex for 2 months, there is a big issue there. But anyways, I'm going to let you go ahead and get started with your segment. But
well, no, what I was saying was that, sex, women will say, well, that's the value I bring. I'm giving it to you. I'm doing exactly what you want me to do.
That's the value that every and any girl can bring.
Right. But some of it actually counted as the value.
No, dude.
That's their value.
No, it's not the value.
And like she's mentioned in the video, that thing you have between your legs is
not gold. It's
not
not made of gold.
You have.
It's not made of gold.
Right. It's not made of gold. Although you guys are acting like you're walking around with 24 carats, but between your legs, and it's not like that at all. And so guys are like, well, wait a minute, I can get what you're giving from somebody else on this side,
down the street,
and not have to worry about you bitching, complaining about piddly shit. I have this woman over here who's wanting to give it up to me, and I don't have to tell her where I'm at.
Yeah. Look, it's a basic need, right? Sex is a basic need. We all have it. We all want it. We all, care for it. And it's like, it's just one of those things, right? There's going to be a female that's just as good, if not better, than one or the other. That should
the
just
same
be
thing with a guy. There's guys out there that are going to be better.
Table,
there's guys out there that be better than other guys too. I happen to think, of course, biblically speaking, God made sex for us to enjoy. That's why He made it so pleasurable. We're, as human beings, sinful human beings. We're the ones that perverted it and have to do all kinds of crazy things. But God made it so pleasurable because He wanted us to procreate. To go out there and make more life and more followers. But but you're right. And she's right in the video. Some women do believe that. Well, I sleep with you. Right. And because I sleep with you, you pay all the bills. You take care of the kids. You do this, you do that. And that's not all that we want. Just same thing with women, because there are women out there that assume the role of being the lead breadwinners, and they have stay-at-home dads or whatever, or stay-at-home husbands. That they take care of the house or whatever. They do their thing too. But I mean, sex, although it's important, it should not ever be a pawn in your chess game, or it shouldn't not ever be your ace in the hole or your go-to manipulative tool, because again, that's God given. We all want it. We shouldn't be held ransom because Eddie, well, you pissed me off today, so guess what? You ain't getting no punani today.
I feel like
you pissed me off.
I saw something. It was like, if you take sex off the table, 90% of women won't have nothing to offer a man.
That's
Wait. Say that one more time.
If you take sex off the table, 90% of women won't have a thing to offer a man.
Okay, so here's my level of clarity when it comes to sex. I date people. I go out. I'm a single guy.
People or females?
Females. Okay, yeah. Thank you
Got the
for
pronoun them?
No. Thank you for helping me clarify that. I date females. Okay, and sex. When the second I took sex out of the equation, I started to see them in a different light. Sure. I did not pursue them as much as I would have pursued them. It was about the sex. Sure. I personally, I can see red flags a lot clearer, and I can step away from red flags a lot clearer. Producer Norma and I were talking about, every time you give sex, give something new. Every time you have sex with somebody, you give a piece of your soul to them, right?
Yeah.
And it's true.
Soul tie.
It's a soul tie.
It's a thing.
It's true. So I decided when I got single again the last couple of years, I said, I'm going to reduce the amount of sex I have with random people because I don't want to be that
females.
person. Random females, yes. Okay. Yeah, it's just the whole Austin thing in me now. Now it's people. We don't, anyways. But yeah, you're right, with random females, because I don't want that. If I'm having sex with somebody, I'm having sex with that one person, that one female. Okay, fucker. I'm having sex with that one female, and that's it. Because again, I have been to that point where I don't. If I just think about the sex, or anybody just thinks about the sex, then that's when you fall into the whole simp role. That's when you fall into the whole abusive, toxic relationship.
Ties, man.
Yeah.
You start getting those emotional ties.
And I don't mind having them, but I'd rather have them because they're a good person. They bring more to the table than just sex. And I don't want to be that guy. I just don't.
Yeah. I think that
and I love sex.
To be honest with you, I'm gonna just throw this out there: is
with
that
females.
with
let
females,
them have it, Eddie.
That I've never been in a relationship up until now that sex wasn't the first thing that I did. So like with my current relationship, we didn't even talk about sex for a long time. It was a long time before that subject even came up.
You didn't have sex or talk about sex?
We didn't talk about sex, or
it.
we didn't have sex because there just wasn't that big of a deal at the time. But then when we became closer and more intimate, just on a different level, not just with sex, just on a more personal level, when the act of finally happened, it was different. It was something that I had never experienced before, where, you go out with somebody, you date them for a little bit, and it's a second date. Might as well have sex now. It's just it's almost kind of like a given, almost. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't screw on the first date. Okay, what's the second date now? Let's screw.
What are you doing tomorrow?
Yeah.
It's like, the thing about it too is the compatibility for sex, right? Because, you like sex a certain way, or certain things in sex, right?
Right.
And if your partner doesn't, bro, how do you and that's one of the things we're talking about, teachable, right?
Right.
Is that teachable, right? There's certain things in sex, is it going to be teachable where the partner is going to be okay with it, and y'all going to come together and conform together?
Well, that's true.
Right?
Yeah,
there's a lot of, we can get all the way into it, dude.
When it comes to sex, I get all up in there.
No. I'm talking like, there's couples that watch porn together. There's couples that do certain things together that, whatever it is. It's like the Eminem song, it's not as bad as what's going on in your parents' bedroom, right? Yeah. It's like,
oh God, don't give me that image.
You know what I'm saying? Like, is that a teachable quality, with sex? And if you meet somebody that you're having sex with and they don't like the same things you do, is that a call it? We're gonna call it.
I mean, I think intimacy itself.
They don't want to learn.
Well, okay.
They don't want to do it.
I'm gonna tell you something. Me personally, and I've read books about this. If I'm into a certain thing, it's only because I've done those things before with somebody else, and I got accustomed to doing those things. And that's
I
kind of
wouldn't
like
say
what I
that on
like
the
to do.
air.
Well, I'm saying it, because like and the reason I'm saying this.
Burn yourself.
No,
bro.
I'm saying this right now. The reason I'm saying this is because I don't ever do that. If I'm gonna have sex with somebody, it's gonna be me and that woman, and her and I are gonna come up with our own little bag of tricks to do together. If it comes to that. But I don't ever jump in the bed and say, "Oh, can you wear this, or can you do that, or can you know what I'm saying?" Like that's just me. So yeah, and not only that, I'm gonna say it because. If you want to go out with me, you got to understand there's a level of honesty that I'm going to give you that no other man's going to fucking give you. And if you can't handle that, sorry.
Yeah.
Not sorry,
I don't keep a checklist of things. Well, hey, this one didn't do that. Will you do this? No? Okay. How about this? Will you do that? No? Okay.
I don't know, man, but as the
Wait a
bar
minute,
kind of
what's
steps
that
up,
list
it's
you have
kind of
under your
like
bed?
the next one better be better than the last one. I don't know.
Well, we always want to upgrade.
Yeah,
but
you always wanna upgrade.
honestly, I don't think upgrading in sex to me is I don't do that. I honestly believe that there is such a thing as bad sex. I mean, I've never experienced it, but I've heard stories, right? But I honestly believe that bad sex happens when you don't have some kind of a connection with that person,
Right.
and it's just a hit it and quit it type of deal. I mean, honestly, when it comes to one night stands, who really remembers those at the end of the day?
No, because you're drunk half the fucking time.
Most of the time, because your inhibitions are lower.
Unless they don't leave. Unless they don't fucking leave your house.
Well, nobody ever leaves.
Okay,
you
so
know?
here's the magic question.
They always want to stay home.
Are you guys?
I'm a big guy. I got to eat barbacoa the next day.
Here's the magic question, right? Out of all of those qualities and all the stuff that she talked about, is sex just a game changer? Is that like if everything else is great but sex fucking sucks, we're done? For me, it's a yes. Because sex has to be on point. That's one of those things, physical intimacy has got to be on it.
Right.
What do you guys think?
Me, I because one of my 5 love languages is not only daily affirmation.
You have 5?
Daily affirmation.
You have 5 love languages? Damn.
That brother's fluent in 5.
He likes them all.
Yeah.
You're a needy fucker.
Speaking the Deutsch, are you good and tight? Damn, Eddie. Hold on. I haven't had this. I got to get comfortable on this one. So you got 5 love languages, eh?
Well, I said out of the 5 love languages.
Okay.
Did I say the 5 love languages?
Yeah,
okay, my bad. That's not what I meant.
I have 5 love languages.
Go for it.
You're like a needy motherfucker. Okay, so the two is words of affirmation, of course, and then the physical touch. The physical touch, for me, it's a game changer. For me, because that's exactly what I'm looking for. Right? That's exactly what I want. Because to me, if you're not only wanting to have sex, but eager to have sex, to me that's a big deal for me.
So here's the thing: is that we were talking to Norma earlier, and some of these guys just flat out come out right out the shoot. Hey, so when are we having sex?
Sending dong pics.
Yeah, it's like, dude, really?
Norma's our executive producer. Too.
Yes, and it's like, really? Do you like? Does that work for you?
Yeah.
You're saying that sex is an important, vital part to you.
It's the most.
Okay, so
one of the most.
It is important in any relationship. We've all agreed to that. For me, the most important part for me is, again, the inner peace. Don't fuck with my peace. I'm not gonna fuck with yours. Let's continue to be peaceful together. That to me means more, because I honestly believe that when you have inner peace, that sex is just that much more better. I guess that's because of why I've never had bad sex, because when that peace is there, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Wait, what piece are you talking about?
My piece, man.
The piece or a piece?
Yeah.
Or the piece. So guys, we are just about out of time. We want to thank again all our sponsors who have come through for us. You guys have done great for us. Also, you can also find us on YouTube. We did great on YouTube last week. Continue to like and subscribe. Also, leave comments. We want
to hear your input.
We want to hear your feedback, your input, and you guys. If you guys have questions, we'd be happy to answer those for you. If not on the air, maybe just off of YouTube itself. So it was a great show, guys. Great topic. We could go hours on this one as well, but it was great, and kind of get our own perspectives on everything. So
thank you guys for. We know that an hour of your day is important. Us being of course successful people, we know that an hour means a lot. But if you're out there listening to us while you're taking a shower, while you're cooking dinner, while you're working, we want to thank you guys for that, and we hope to bring you bigger and better content each and every time. For the Wolfpack Show, I am Orlando Cardenas.
I'm Eddie Mendoza.
I'm Aaron Lee.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers.
See y'all next time.